Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in 100.7 The Score. It's Rob Breaux alongside Chois Woodman today. We've got Astros baseball early afternoon. So Woodman will have a little bit of an extended period on the show. I'll leave at 12. Choice will stick around for a couple of minutes.
You can hang if you want.
Yeah, we can go 3. Or Jamie
3-4
wouldn't have to come back, but I could sit in the middle and hold the mic.
I'm in.
I can interview you two. So when did you guys start working together? You have a good work relationship? We get into the nitty-gritty, Choice.
13 years ago.
Wow. It's more than a decade.
It is. From what I hear.
Sure.
From what I hear.
We are in the First United Bank studio. You can call in, as always, on the Visual Edge IT hotline, 806-771-0973. You know, we don't take a lot of calls. We certainly would if you want to call in. My first job in radio was basically all calls all the time. Sometimes I miss it. We certainly have the fans, the listeners, potential co-hosts there on the chat line, the H. Flooring Center chat line. But we will get a lot of calls.
Oh, we
Double
will.
T 97.3 Coors Light postgame show. I'm hoping, Choice, it's a different vibe than last year's Game 1. I expect it to be a different vibe. And I've been trying to, like, you know the old SAT questions, this is to this, is that is to that kind of things?
Yeah. Yep.
I've been trying to equate what ACU to Arkansas Pine Bluff is at the FCS level to what an FBS level competition might be. Is it as egregious? Because I wouldn't say ACU's like Georgia, right?
No, but
maybe ACU's like an Ole Miss.
Or yeah, I was thinking Tennessee.
Tennessee, and then the FCS, the Arkansas Pine Bluff would be more like. So if you want to go in the SEC, it's like Ole Miss to Vanderbilt.
Oh, I don't even think it's the same league. I would say it's more like Tennessee.
You go to the Sun Belt.
Yeah, we're bottom of the Sun Belt.
Okay.
I'm going towards. Man, it's hard to keep up with who's where right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite Kent State, but you're getting into that territory. Because have you seen
the bottom of the MAC?
The line finally came out on this game.
44.5. Higher?
FanDuel's line this morning. Probably the biggest line we've ever seen in a Texas Tech football game.
47.
52.5.
No way.
52.5 is the FanDuel line as of this morning.
You know, back in my day, they wouldn't even put out lines for more than 35.
No, they
in the last couple last couple years, I've seen 40s.
Uh-huh.
With the prevalence, especially like the FanDuels and the draft.
Those will do it. Yeah.
Where you're not just in Vegas anymore,
right?
Or overseas. It's a book in Iowa.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we'll put a line down. We don't care about losing money on this game. How many? 52?
52.5. That's what this opened at FanDuel this morning.
So Arkansas Pine Bluff has played 3 Power 4 teams in the last 4 years.
Uh-huh.
The other year was Tulsa.
Okay.
So they've played Arkansas twice.
Yep.
They played Oklahoma State and Tulsa. Arkansas last year beat them 70-0.
Yes.
I watched that game last night.
Was it as bad as the score showed?
Yes. It was worse. It was worse than the score showed.
I actually believe Arkansas had the ball 10 times and had 70 points, 10 touchdowns.
The Pine Bluff guys didn't look like they wanted to be there. Defensively, there was low effort. And so I don't know if that's a team by team, program by program, year by year kind of thing for them.
Yeah.
But that one was 70-0. They got pieced by Oklahoma State, I think 63-7, 63-3 or something.
Okay.
I mean, even Tulsa beat them 42-3.
Yeah.
So, like when we talk about Pine Bluff in the next 2 days, I wouldn't say that we're some kind of hype machine.
No.
At this point.
No.
Now, certainly we might have been over the course of the summer. I think this team is very good. I think they have very good opportunities this year, Texas Tech. But this is just this game and potentially next week. We'll see what Kent State does this weekend. This is just not a good program. They lost their starting quarterback in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
They lost their best receiver in the portal. I was watching some, what are they in the SWAC? SWAC, whatever it is.
They call it the Sweezy nowadays.
Sweezy. I was watching some Sweezy previews yesterday to get a feel.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think they got better. The guys that are covering the league.
Yep.
They basically said, hey, this quarterback is pretty good they brought in.
Yep.
But who is he throwing to? They don't have any wide receivers, is what the guy said. So,
yeah, they were a bad team and lost the majority of their best players off that bad team.
And I don't know that they replaced them.
Yeah.
So, if Texas Tech comes out and plays hard, which I expect them to do, I think this will be the biggest Texas Tech spread score discrepancy since Lamar, 2018.
I was wondering if that's where you'd go. You remember the score in that game?
77-0?
Yep. 77-0. I think that was your last shutout. I think. I don't think you've shut out a team. You've had some close ones.
You beat Murray State pretty good. You beat Montana State pretty good.
Yeah.
But this is different.
That's what I'm saying. You can compare ACU at the FCS level to Tennessee, to an Ole Miss, somewhere in there, but you really need to dig towards the bottom of the barrel of Group of 5 football if you're going to find a comparison for Arkansas Pine Bluff. It's not the same. You can find reasons, and you can call them excuses if you want, of why the ACU game went the way it did, and there's legitimate ones, especially with extra motivation, coaching, players.
I was just about to say that. It feels like a cop-out, but it's all true.
It is true. I mean, it's not a past norm. It's kind of becoming a norm, but it's not a normal thing for 9 or 10 former players or West Texas kids.
In state, yeah.
Lubbock area kids to be playing on one team and have that motivation. So that was a different – I mean, it's still a game you should have won by 3 touchdowns, but –
yeah, or more. I think you're favored by 30.
Yeah. But, that was different circumstances for sure. This is a game, despite how you've had some slow starts in the last 3 years and out of the gates, this is a game that should not be pretty come third quarter. I mean, it should be one drive in the third quarter with your starters and then see ya. Get those freshmen in, get those third and fourth string guys in. 52.5, Rob. I truly don't think I've ever seen that a line that large for Texas Tech.
Me neither.
Or in a Texas Tech game.
I last year I did the future predictions from ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I put that together last night. They would have them covering.
Woo!
So we'll go through that today. 100.7 The Score, it's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench. Chois, I'm happy you're here. I'll take this the wrong way.
Happy to be here.
But sometimes I walk in here and I'm upset that David Collier's not here. Today's one of those days. Bedlam's on TV. And it's another one where Oklahoma's going to lose.
I don't think the Big 12 studios are going to play ones where OU wins at this point. But
this is the Caleb Williams loss to Oklahoma State. I want to say this is, 2021?
I think so.
This is because that would have been 24. He spent 2 seasons at USC. So, yeah, that'd be 21. This is when Oklahoma State went to the Big 12 championship, lost to Baylor. But it's another Big 12 studio. Yesterday we walked in, turned it on, and it was the Big 12 championship from 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And Kansas State was already up like 28-7.
Wow.
And he was just not happy about that.
Poor Collier.
Poor Collier. Poor Oklahoma. They never had any success in the Big 12, did they? They're just only 14 championships that they won here. I asked him yesterday, how many years, what year will it be in the world when somebody in the Big 12 passes Oklahoma's total? Will the Big 12 implode before somebody
Big 12's
gets there?
not going to exist by then. I'm pretty confident in that. Now, there may be I'm curious if there are, we'll still call it the Big 12 inside of the Super Conference or something.
Yeah.
If we still count that and keep records.
The
but,
National College
But the Big
Football
12,
League.
as we know it, as a separate conference, it won't exist by the time that comes around. Either that or Texas Tech goes on a run of 10 straight right now. So
That'd be awesome.
I'm for it.
Well, it would take 15 straight to pass them.
Okay. 15
10 straight
straight.
would be awesome.
I'll
10
take.
straight would be
I'm
awesome.
not going to get greedy. I'll take 10.
2 straight would be awesome. 1 straight would be awesome. Let's start there. All right, let's do a couple of checks to the calendar, Lucas.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It's National Crackers Over the Keyboard Day. What is that, you might ask? Well, it's a snack so humble yet so versatile. It doesn't matter whether you eat them with plain or dips, they are equally delicious. On this day, you can eat your crackers without worrying right over your keyboard while working. Don't worry if you're a clean freak. You can simply dust them off.
No.
What?
No. Did Cracker Barrel tell you to read that?
Cracker Barrel's back.
Baby.
People are saying that was a marketing ploy.
Gosh, it's brilliant if it was. I think.
It
I don't know.
might be, but they lost
so much in.
They've already they spent like $700 million on that campaign, and they've already redone all the restaurants.
Have they? They haven't redone the one here.
Well, like the inside of a bunch of them across the.
But not all of them, right? Lucas
I've not
went to
been
one
inside.
Recently, right? Or
Yeah, I
no?
went earlier this week, and it was normal.
Okay.
So
Maybe all the northern
maybe
ones.
it might be
Maybe so.
it might be an East Coast thing. I don't know.
Maybe. It's also International Cabernet Day. You ever get you a nice cab?
I'm not a wino very
Me
much.
neither.
I'll take a sip of my wife's occasionally, but that's about it.
Also National Bow Tie Day, National Burger Day.
Another one? Burger? I think we had hamburger yesterday.
This is August 28th,
I
National
mean-
Burger Day. National Cherry Turnover Day. I don't know that they do them anymore, but the place where you can get a roast beef meat mountain,
I was about to say, I used to like theirs.
they had some elite turnovers back in the early 2000s.
It was very
late
random.
90s.
It was very
Yeah,
random.
yeah.
Didn't really fit
Well, I guess you have the apple pie and other fast food places, but the cherry turnover was
It was good.
really good. And then it's also Power Rangers Day.
Let's go.
Who's your favorite Power Ranger?
Tommy.
Is that the
You're impressed that I
Green
know the
Ranger?
name. I believe so. Green was my favorite color growing up.
Okay. Then he was the White Ranger.
He was the White Ranger after that. Yep.
That's a
Who was the Black
similar
Ranger?
age. That's Zach.
Okay. Yeah, Green. Tommy was the favorite.
Do you know the Blue Ranger's
He had great
real
locks,
life
too.
name? The actor? David Yost.
No. You're lying to me.
I'm not.
Yost! That's amazing.
David Yost.
I had no idea.
I always enjoyed watching Tiffany on the Power Rangers, the Pink Ranger. She was also in a movie called Susie Q when I was a youth.
When I was a youth?
Yeah. Big fan of that movie. Lucas, any birthdays?
Not many, but we have a few. We have Luis Gomez. He's 69. He was in Narco, and he's in Wednesday. So he's in some popular shows and movies.
Community.
Yes, that is, yeah. Jennifer Coolidge, 64. I know we hear her on a lot. She's
Really?
also in
Are you talking
Two Broke
about Jennifer
Girls.
Coolidge?
and a lot of
Was
other
that your Jennifer Coolidge?
Was it good? No. Okay.
Wait, do it again.
No, we're good.
No, one more time.
I efforted.
No, one more time.
Really?
You sound like Stitch.
That did sound like Stitch, didn't it? All right, go on, Lucas.
Oh, that is good.
Leanne
That
Rimes
is good.
turns 43. Shania Twain turns 60. Elena Thompson
Shania Twain is
turns
60?
20. You want to guess who Elena Thompson is?
She turns 20?
Yes.
I would guess some sort of influencer.
Honey Boo Boo
Oh, my gosh.
turns 20 years old today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought she... Wow, okay.
So, yeah, like I
That feels
said,
like forever ago.
Elena Thompson is her real name, but Honey Boo Boo
Wow.
is who
That's
she
a blast
is
from the
known
past.
as. She turns
What
20.
was she on?
TLC,
Right, but it was like, she was doing beauty pageants or something?
I think so,
Okay.
yes. And then Jack Black turns 56.
Shout out to Jack Black. You have a favorite Jack Black film?
I have a number of Jack Black films.
I'm going to guess Nacho Libre is at your... toward the top.
It's toward the top.
I'd go Saving Silverman, probably. No.
I think he's hilarious
Yes,
in the... I haven't watched the second newer Jumanji, but
Yeah.
he's really funny because he acts as a girl the whole time.
You ever seen Orange County?
No. Bernie's really good.
Bernie's good.
Shows his versatility a little bit.
School of Rock is one of my
School of Rock
favorites.
has got to be... That might be my favorite. Shallow Hal's really funny.
Sure.
Making sure I'm not missing one. Heard the new
Kung Fu
Minecraft.
Panda.
Heard the new Minecraft movie's horrific, but haven't watched.
Your children were watching that one day while you were on the air.
Yeah, I heard. And they're the ones who told me it was terrible.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. I watched it.
The Big Year. Not my favorite, but it's up there.
Oh, I never saw that one.
Bird watching movie with Owen Wilson.
Yeah, I never watched that one.
I figured Tropic Thunder would be yours.
That'd be my top 3. I hated that movie in the theater.
Really?
I didn't get it. I wasn't in a good headspace. But I've watched it like 20 times since, probably.
Okay.
I'm a rewatcher. Aren't any sports history days we need to know about?
I got a bad one for Texas Tech.
Uh-oh. So this is going to be some kind of early season football.
Yeah. Never mind. I
No?
thought that was... No.
Different day?
Not even going to bring that one. On this
You
day...
got to tell us what it was.
Well, AI lied to me.
Oh,
so,
okay. All right.
So
Well,
I
we
don't
can-
think it's it's
Okay.
accurate.
All right.
Tris Speaker of the Cleveland Indians was suspended on this day for beating up an umpire. That happened a lot back in the day. Like way more than you would think. I think Babe Ruth got a suspension for that once. Walker Cup was held for the first time in Southampton, New York. It's the oldest international team golf match in America. That was on this day in 1922. 1941, Football Writers Association of America was organized. And in 1972, Mark Spitz captured the first of his 7 gold medals at the Summer Games in Munich on this day in 72.
We'll continue on, catch up with the chat line after this. It is hot today. We'll read those texts when we return. 100.7 The Score, it's the end of the bench.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
100.7 The Score, it's the end of the bench. Tried to talk Lucas into trying out for the Hub City Cobras.
I think we need to leave this up to listener vote.
Yeah, listener vote.
Whoever.
We could future tiny wheel it.
It's a little too late.
No, at some point, Lucas. At some point, you'll lose a tiny wheel. If you do this, you can get out of your next.
You get out of your next tiny wheel spin. That's pretty good. Go try out. Oh man, this could be fun.
We need to get somebody with.
I wish I would have seen this before now, because planning this out would have been pretty fun. The Hub City Cobras, which is the new indoor football team, have a tryout Saturday morning. So you got still plenty of time to go to the game at 9 a.m. at William McCool Academy. So anybody wanting to go get in the indoor football game?
I can see you as like a Wes Welker type, Danny Amendola type, inside receiver.
I'm seriously intrigued.
If you do go try out, this is funny because they're like, most of you aren't going to make it. You get a 50% off season ticket voucher if you try out. So
50, they can't give you it for free, but you get 50%.
All right, hold on. Why are we not having Jimmy try out too?
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah. Outside receiver. You can play some defensive end. Maybe they're at the...
You're going to be taller than everybody. They're just going to toss it up to you in the end zone.
Red zone threat.
Let's go.
All right, let's check in on the chat line. This from Sooner in Lubbock. He says, 5 days straight of football, one of the best weekends of the year.
Amen.
Amen, brother. And it's all college football, high school football. Of course, we'll get Friendship Byron Nelson tonight on Sunny 97.7.
Sunny.
6 o'clock is Red Raider football with Joey McGuire on Double T 97.3. And then you have The Score playing Cincinnati, Nebraska tonight at 7:30. So there you go. Football on these airwaves. Friday, tomorrow, the Friday night football preview. Then you go Cooper Lovejoy, Liberty New Home, Coronado, Wichita Falls Legacy, Monterey Choctaw, and then the scoreboard show. Saturday, not only will you have Optimum Game Day live, starting at 7 a.m., you have Texas, Ohio State at 11 on The Score. And then Double T 97.3, The Score will play Texas Tech, Arkansas Pine Bluff. And then the Double T 97.3 Coors Light postgame show to follow. And then on Sunday, Notre Dame, Miami. And then Monday, TCU, North Carolina. At 10:45, we'll pick those 4 Big 12 games for today. And we'll probably do those against the spread because, A, I prefer that. B, there are going to be some big lines tonight.
Yes.
I did open the phone lines earlier to everyone. Bullfighter says, you told us not to call. If Bullfighter will remember, you were banned for like a week, but you can call in now, Bullfighter, anytime. We've squashed that beef. You're the only one holding on to that beef. I've got no beef here. That's a one-sided beef. This texter says, I love to listen to the postgame show. I'll never forget a guy getting cut off last year after starting with, I'm really drunk, my girlfriend is mad, and I probably shouldn't have called. I think we maybe gave that guy one question.
Oh, my gosh.
And then it was one of those, all right, we'll let you hang up and listen kind of things.
It's fair.
Because the very first week, the ACU game, we had a guy call in pretty angry, and he might have dropped a bomb. So we moved on pretty quickly from him. But not again. It didn't happen again that year.
Just keep it PG. That's all. You can
PG
express
13,
anger.
Depending on the game time.
I guess. You can do it without curse words and be fine.
Sure, yeah.
Express your anger and be fine.
Well, that's,
You know what? I hope there's not that much anger to express this year in the post-game show. I just, especially this first game, there shouldn't be. Should not be. But as a whole this year, I think if I have a wish for the Tech football team, it's that you play in less close games
Yeah.
because you've majored in close games over the last few years and won more than you've lost. You've done a pretty good job of finding a way to win football games. But this is a team, if you are more talented, and I believe in the vast majority of the games there will be a pretty decent talent gap. There will be some where obviously that it's closer than others, but if there is a decent talent gap, I'd love to see you stretch out games in the second half and win by
Show will be nice.
2 or 3 touchdowns. And I think that, Rob, I think you're still going to have fans that it's part of being a fanatic. It will never be good enough for some people, and that's how it goes. You can win a game. You can win a Big 12 game by 25 or 30, but do you remember that one drive in the second half?
Right.
It just wasn't. Yeah. That's how it works. But I'd like to see a few more games where you stretch it out this year.
KMO asks on Arkansas Pine Bluff, how does a quarterback on such a crappy team get plucked out of the portal? He went to Georgia Southern, Georgia State, one of those kind of schools.
Yeah.
So it was more of a lateral move, but he was pretty good. And he threw to his wide receiver. The wide receiver is at Oklahoma.
Yeah. Like you can have bad football teams with good individual talent.
And I think the defensive effort in these Power 4 games is pretty atrocious.
Yeah, so I think that's where you will have good individual players, and that's where guys like James Blanchard and guys that are doing their due diligence know exactly who is where all over the country, even good players on bad teams. Heck, I mean, you could say, how does David Bailey end up at Stanford? David Bailey's one of the best pass rushers in the country. Stanford is one of the worst Power 4 teams in the country. And you can talk about it like that. So,
does Hawaii get another Power 4 win this weekend? We'll discuss at 10:45. Let's see. Bobby Hot Dogs was in a place where he could legally sports bet last weekend. He put, I'm going to call it a unit for Texas Tech to win the NCAA football subdivision championship at 125-1. That is plus 12,500. And let's see, that's a pretty good payout there.
I'd say so.
Good payout.
I'd say so.
This texter on the jersey says, "What's wrong with the gray? Love it with red letters and black helmet."
I'm in. I know there's a lot of people that don't like the gray, but I'm in.
I like gray pieces. I don't like the all gray.
So you didn't like last year's?
The gray, white, gray. No, I like the Mahomes uniforms because they're Mahomes uniforms.
Okay.
I didn't like the Under Armour all grays.
Okay.
I actually kind of liked the gray, white, gray.
I did too.
They wore those in a couple of bad games. I think speaking of TCU.
Well, the OU game wasn't bad. You just made a couple of bad mistakes in that game, and
we'll get an update on little Woodman and friendship from Chois at some point today. Razzle Dazzle says, Jimmy wearing the Raider Riot shirt doesn't help your case about being the Tech Barstool guy.
Wait, there's accusations of that?
That was, I think, on one of his first shows. People were asking if that was him. Camo says, can we get Tony Bradford to work the Big 12 games to police the idiot tortilla throwers that can cost our team? That could be a thing. He's probably pretty intimidating on the sideline.
I'd say so.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench. Got kind of a special edition of burning questions today.
Oh.
Let's do them.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
All right, Choice, we have the NCAA college football 26 game. Right? You're familiar?
I've played.
Lucas, you're familiar?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I simmed a Texas Tech regular season the other day
Okay.
and dug through the stats. So I'm going to give you some Texas Tech football, college football 26 season totals.
I'm in.
And you're going to take it or roll the dice.
Okay.
Is that you get the concept?
Yeah.
Okay. Baron Morton, 3,100 yards, 26 touchdowns.
So we're going to each stat. Do I roll the dice on? Or
Well,
the
you could just
total
give me
line?
a total. And I think it was 10 interceptions. So 2 more interceptions, 2 less touchdowns, 400 more yards. Or no, it
400
was
less yards.
Yeah, it was like 100 less yards.
No, it's like 200 because I think it was 3,300 last year.
Yeah, it was about there.
Easily rolling the dice.
Rolling
on
the
that.
dice, yeah.
Easily. Because I think his numbers will improve each category from last year.
Lucas?
I just don't like the interception number.
Yeah.
That's. With that being said, I would roll the dice just to try to get less than. I'd say probably less than 8.
I mean, I think Barron's going to surpass his yardage total by close to 300 or 400 yards.
Yeah.
If not, be flirting with 400 or 4,000 this year. Because you're not trying to get Taj Brooks a rushing record this year. I'm not saying you won't run the football because I do think you will, but Barron's yardage total is going to be up.
All right, we'll go to the running backs. Now, Quentin Joyner was in the game. I didn't bench Quentin Joyner to reflect the injury.
Should have benched him.
I should have. So we're going to go with, we're going to call it leading rusher, second rusher, third rusher.
That's fine.
It was 950, 500, 150.
Taking him. For yardage only.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be an even distribute to what we expect.
I would like to rush for 2,000 yards as a team.
Okay.
That's not quite there.
Not quite.
But given how the screen game is the extension of the run game, I think the running backs.
Every announcer in 2002.
I think the running backs will surpass 2,000 yards.
Okay.
Total yards.
I think there's a chance of it, especially if you are calling the screen game an extension.
That's what I'm saying. Total yards, running backs will surpass 2,000.
Yeah, I think total yardage,
take that.
It will happen. Jacoby
Screen
Williams,
yards.
I think you won't just see screen game. I think you'll see him line up in the slot at times.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, yeah.
I think with Tech being in the lead majority of the games, they could kind of flow into the running game.
Yeah.
That's why I almost want to take the Baron Morton stats.
Possibly.
Because I do think you'll have, and hopefully he doesn't play but 8 quarters in the first 3 games.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, the only reason the main reason I don't, it's not about the yardage, it's the interceptions.
Yeah, and
or touchdowns
low. Yeah.
Yeah, 26 to 10 is not good enough. Yeah, 3,100 yards. I mean, if it's running the football a ton in the second half, that's fine. But 26 to 10 is not the season I envision for Baron Morton.
Okay. Coy Aiken
Okay.
was at 700 yards and 9 touchdowns.
I like the 9 at 700. I think he's getting past that. I'm going to roll the dice. I think he is going to be the security blanket for. I'm not sure he's not your second leading receiver this year.
That's
I know
what
everybody
I
wants
have,
to talk about Reggie Virgil.
I
And
have him as the second.
He's great. He's got big playability. I think Coy Aiken's going to be closer to 900 than 700, maybe even flirting with the 1,000 mark. So I'm rolling the dice with him.
Caleb Douglas was the leading receiver. Virgil was third. Terrence Carter.
Did you give us a CD number?
No, it was like I didn't write it down. It was like 950. It wasn't 1,000. I would roll the dice on that
I'd
too.
roll the
it'll
dice
be
because I
1,000.
think he's going to get 1,000. Yeah.
And then Terrence Carter was at 500 plus.
That's better individual numbers than you've had out of the tight end in recent years. I just think Terrence Carter is too dynamic. I really think that you're looking at an All-American type of tight end. I'm not saying he's going to get it, but he might be your third or fourth leading receiver. 500's a good number. I'm still rolling the dice because I think there's potential for more.
I would take it. I would tell you he would roll the dice.
Sure.
He's expecting big time.
Yeah, I think if you asked his position coach or his offensive coordinator, they're rolling the dice on that number.
Any thoughts on those receiving numbers, Lucas?
What was the so you said
Caleb Douglas was around 950,
Okay.
Coy was around 700, and then Reggie was right there with Terrence Carter.
Okay.
It's pretty even distribution, honestly.
I think Caleb could get 1,000, and I think Coy could probably get to 6, maybe 7. So I think I would roll the dice just to get a little bump on each of the individual numbers.
Okay. Defensively, Ben Roberts, leading tackler.
The game's messed up on the defense, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
You have to change the positions.
You also should change the if you want the closest to Texas Tech's defense on the game, switch it to a 4-2.
Yeah, you have to
put Cole Wisniewski at free safety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
put Brendan Jordan at strong safety and Dingle or Curry, whoever's going to play it, at the second strong safety position.
Yep. So, yeah, it's not the game is not, it's a little slanted because of that.
And then you want to go J-Rod at Mike.
Yep. They have him at the Sam, I think.
Which is technically what he is, but if we go J-Rod at Mike in the game.
Because he's not on the field.
Yeah.
Like, when you start a game and it's like, okay, that's
and I did make him the sub linebacker and all that stuff, but I didn't think to change the playbook because I wasn't running the game.
Okay, Roberts.
So Ben Roberts, leading tackler. I don't know that that's so much as a roll the dice as probably won't happen.
I would just say it's not going to happen. And you know what? I will roll the dice on that because if Ben Roberts is your leading tackler, it likely means Jacob Rodriguez is hurt at some point. It's not a shot at Ben Roberts.
Sure.
Jacob Rodriguez is one of the best in the country, and I want him to be your leading tackler.
All right, sack totals.
Bring it.
2 guys with 9.5. That is David Bailey and Romello Height. Both had 9.5.
Okay.
Lee Hunter had 6.
Yeah, the total number matters here.
Lee Hunter had 6. Nobody else had more than 5. But there were several with 3 or 4.
If you've got, you know what? I'm taking all of those because do you know the total number for the team?
No, huh?
Because if your total number is 33, 34, if you're going to rotate on defense so much. And
that's
again,
26 with 3 guys.
Yeah, so you're probably up over 30. So I think it will be a situation where you're going to get double teams at times on Bailey, and you're going to get double teams on Height at times, and your interior guys are going to get more sacks than normal interior guys are. So I think if you're up over 30, it means you're pressuring the quarterback. I think I'm absolutely taking those numbers because of that. And just like we're talking about with the offense, you may have second halves with your defense where you're not going to see guys as active.
I'm keeping those numbers as well. I like them.
Well, I think potentially if you're in the lead, you're going to get more sack opportunities.
True.
Because they'll be airing it out. I would also take the sacks. I would like to get somebody in double digits, but I don't want to be greedy. Interceptions was weird. I'm going to go ahead and tell you you're going to roll the dice.
Okay.
I also didn't take out Chapman Lewis. He was the only guy with an interception, and he only had 4.
Yeah, that's
so that it was like
I think
that was a strange game.
I think Cole will lead your team.
Yeah,
Wisniewski will.
He had several forced fumbles.
I'll take that.
But it was weird. I said the whole season there weren't any interceptions. It was weird. All right, more after this. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. It is one day closer to Texas Tech football. Choice, if if I told you Texas Tech shut out Pine Bluff but did not cover or really come close to covering, like it's 35-0.
Okay.
What's your feeling Monday morning?
Push that number into the 40s and I'll probably be okay.
42-0.
In.
42-7.
Fine.
Same spread.
Vegas
but they get a touchdown.
Vegas throws a 52 number on this because they don't have a clue. They know that Arkansas Pine Bluff's bad, but they don't know. I mean, they're really trying to balloon this to where Texas Tech can't cover. They know Tech.
Yeah, all the money's on Tech.
Yeah. So 42, that's fine. I don't know that I'd love an offensive day that you don't score 40 points against a team that gave up 70 to Arkansas a season ago. Again, different teams, but you cross 40, I'm okay with it because I do think there will very much be some running clock in the second half. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if you're up 42-0 at halftime, 42-7 at halftime, and then only score 1 or 2 touchdowns the rest of the way. Probably a decent chance of that. I mean, base it off of the blowout games you had, a couple of them last year. West Virginia was similar to that, and North Texas was similar to that. Score a ton of points in the first half, call the dogs off, and run out the clock.
At what point would you not be worried about the defense, but a little perturbed? 10. I'm just going to keep going up. You tell me when to stop. 10, 13, 14, 17.
Okay, you're getting there.
17.
Probably. I mean,
so in any kind of realm, if they get into the scoring zone and score, like, let's say 4 times. Let's say it's 4 field goals, but they're still like in the red zone 4 times.
Yeah.
That'd be a little frustrating. I think they crossed the 50 twice maybe in the first 3 quarters against Arkansas.
I'm not going to get frustrated. It's too strong of a word for honestly almost anything. It's game 1. Game 1's in college football.
So like a 63-17, you'd be
hard to judge. Yeah.
You'd be fine with that.
63-17 I'm good with. If you get up 20s, mid-20s, a little bit of angst maybe, but frustration and anger, none of these things, because it's week 1 in college football. You're meshing together a new roster with new coordinators. It's going to take a smidge of time before things are looking at their peak. Now, unfortunately, you play one of the best teams in week 1 of Big 12 play, so you need to get there quickly. But if it's not perfect in week 1, I'm not gonna be tear anything down.
I want to see a shutout. I would love to give up the first points of the season to Oregon State. I'd love to shut everyone out.
That'd be ideal.
Let's
sure.
have Kansas be the first point scored on you and just shut out Utah and Houston while we're at it. I think it'd be really hard to shut out Kansas.
Okay.
But a want and an expect and a
full agreement.
Think are all 3 different things, right?
Yes.
I might even expect close to a shutout against the first 2 teams.
Okay.
My bold prediction was that Texas Tech, for the first time since 1994, would allow less than 18 points a game for the season. And I think...
Dream no little dreams, Rob.
Obviously, your number was ballooned to last year because of the ACU game. You gave up 51 points to the FCS team. Mm-hmm. You go a long ways toward those season totals if you can get a shutout in one of these first 2 games. But I think I'm with you. If they have an opportunity, even if they miss 3 field goals but kick 4 of them, I think that would. I certainly wouldn't be frustrated long term.
Yeah.
But I think like in the initial post game, it'd be like, well, they were in scoring range 4 times. But I don't know, because maybe Pine Bluff did get a bunch of guys, and this Cooper. This Cooper guy is really good at quarterback, and he's he just was underlooked and under-recruited and overlooked. But I don't know. I'm trying to reconcile my expectations for the season and some of what's happened in the past. Because you've played teams like this in the Cliff era and won 69-17.
Yes.
And you felt really good at those at the time. But if you think back to those moments, it's like, yeah, but you gave up 17. This defense probably won't be very good again. And you have just such high expectations defensively for the first time in forever in Lubbock. I want to meet those expectations early and often.
I think often is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Early, not so much. I'm not putting any pressure. Again, we're splitting hairs here.
Sure.
We're talking about winning a game by 40 or 50 points. We're talking about winning.
Right.
So we want perfection. It's a desire we all have. We want this to be the best season that we've ever witnessed as Red Raider football fans. I get there's a lot of people guarding their heart, and I understand it as a lifetime Red Raider. But I think that football seasons generally build up. You don't see, outside of some Nick Saban coach teams, maybe you don't see teams look like the same team in week 1 and week 11. It's just not normal. So I think you're going to work through some things. You're going to figure some things out in this first game, and hopefully you can do that while winning 70-0. I'm great with that. You can still learn from situations when you're crushing teams. But if it's 70-0, I'm going to be thrilled. If it's 62-17, I'm going to be happy. If it's 54-20, I'm going to be just fine. And we'll learn more about this team in coming weeks. If it's
54-20 might make me pause a little bit.
If it's 55-54, where you're beating a team on a 2-point conversion in overtime.
Yeah. I will say
that won't be as good.
54-20 would not change my season expectation.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I just think it would look a little different.
Okay.
I do want to see 0 big plays from Pine Bluff.
I want to see sacks, too.
If they matriculate down the field and score a touchdown or a field goal, I think that's better for my mental health than a couple of big plays more after this.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. Just counting up transfers.
I know. I put Rob on a mission.
Well, you got me intrigued. This texter says, what do the Rangers need to do on this road trip?
Are you talking about to feel like you can make the postseason? I don't.
Yeah, that would be my assumption. If I was a jerk here, I would just say win.
Just win, baby.
Yeah. I think you're at the point where you need a sweep and a series win every other. You just need to win.
So I think a better question is what does the final number need to be for you to think that they could make the postseason? Because right now you're 4.5 games back in the last wild card spot, which is Seattle, and they are 10 games over 500. The Rangers are 1 game over. So is that the number? Is it 10 games over 500, which is maths? What is that? 70. So what is it normally? 62 and 82 and 82.
5 up from 82.
It's normally 82 and 82. So is that
87 wins?
87 and 77? Is that the number that to give yourself a shot that you need to be 10 games over 500?
I would feel good about the season if you do that.
That'd feel better.
Based on what you
Well, you've lost of all.
Based on where you are today, if you were 10 games above 500 at the end, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I agree with that. So that's kind of where I'd go. I don't know that it necessarily is. You need a sweep somewhere, but the problem is the Rangers have gone on these little stretches. They've had a sweep here and there.
Wouldn't that just be 5 games above 500?
No, 87 and 77. I guess that would be. No, that's 10 games.
What's
above.
a 10 games difference?
It's 10 games above 500.
But 500 is still 82. 82 wins. It would be 500.
Right. You can only do on an even number. You can only have. It's one game at a time.
This is semantics, but it feels like 10 games above 500 would be 10 wins better than 82.
But the word is, it's 87 and 77 is 10 games over 500.
I don't think it is. I think that's 5 games over 500. I think.
You're thinking of standings on how you say games.
I think you're thinking of standings on how you say games. This is like how many days
I think you're overthinking it. It is literally a counting game. And I'm not good at math, but you are 10 games.
Why would they change math? Math is math.
Yeah,
math
quit.
is
math. I'm not going to argue it. I could be absolutely wrong.
I totally get what you're saying. I think you need to be better than 87 wins. I would like to get. I like 90 wins would be.
I think 90's pretty well going to get you in.
Yeah.
Last year, just for reference, wild card standings. Well, if they'll pull up, there's the team. The bottom team was 86 and 76. The bottom 2 teams. So 2 teams, Royals and Tigers, both went 86 and 76. So I think 90 would almost guarantee your spot.
And 87.
87 is going to get you in the conversation.
5 games above 500 would be.
Sure, Rob. Sure.
And we did the math together. It just feels weird to say it that way.
I'm looking. AI search. Example. 34 wins, 24 losses is 10 games above 500. Because 500 is flat. 500 is flat. So 24 and 24 is 500. You tack on 10 more wins, that's 10 games, it's 34 and 24. So it's accurate. You're overthinking it.
5 wins and 5 losses because you go both ways.
No. I'm saying if you're sitting at 24 and 24.
Games. Yeah.
If you're sitting at 24 and 24, that's 500.
It just feels weird that you go to the end and count it backwards.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing.
We did it.
Yeah.
I just feel like semantically it's wrong, but
right now,
it is right. I agree that it's, the number we came up with was correct.
But right now,
the semantics of it is weird to me.
So you think the Rangers are a half a game above 500, even though they're 1 game over?
No, I think. I don't know what I think.
We're confusing everybody. It's for funs.
Do you remember the bodybuilding.com, the viral?
Can I get on that on the work one?
Just do bodybuilding.com argument about 7 days in a week. There was a guy that said I wanted to do a 4-day split in 7 days. And then he said I would work out Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
No, I'd never heard of this.
And then the next week would be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then the guy was like, you can't work out 4 days a week. There's only 7 days in a week. You'd be off the next week.
Oh, my goodness.
And then they went back and forth for like 2 weeks. It's the greatest argument of all time. Because they were both right, but they were both so wrong.
That's funny.
And they were both very convicted of their opinions.
Yeah.
And they were like screaming at each other via text. It's one of the great message board arguments of all time.
That's funny.
So the Rangers play the AAAs tonight. The A's have been good in the last 2 weeks, really.
Great.
So they're coming in hot at home in Sacramento at Sutter Health Park. The Rangers, a game above 500.
Thank you.
Look, the schedule looks like this on the road trip. You go at the A's, and that is Leiter, Kelly, and DeGrom. Good chance for a sweep. Just with that pitching.
If you want to keep your postseason hopes alive, a sweep would go a long way in the right direction this weekend.
Then you go against the Diamondbacks for 3.
Get 2 there.
And that's Corbin, bullpen game, probably Lats again, and Leiter.
Get 2 there.
And then you're home, Houston and Milwaukee. Road, Mets, Houston. Home, Miami, Minnesota. Home, away, Cleveland. And I think if you're hunting sweeps, that Cleveland series, just because they're around you in the standings, is a big one.
It is.
But you need to win most of these series.
Yeah. Don't disagree. I mean, I don't think you can. I think you can ill afford to lose another series. If we're talking about, you got what, 27, 26 games left on the schedule.
Yeah.
You really have to hone in on winning every series.
Yes.
Just say that and see where it gets you.
Baby. This texter says Shaq and Barkley arguing about filling your gas tank is another hilarious debate. Have you heard this one?
I think I have. It's been a while.
I think it's Shaq's point of view that gas burns faster in the second half of the tank.
Okay.
Or something like that to that effect.
Yeah.
That is a funny one. Benchwarmers, do you think Micah Parsons is a linebacker or a defensive end, and why? I think he's a defensive end in the Cowboys system because he plays most of his snaps there.
He's listed as a linebacker, but he's a defensive end.
And he's, one of those ambiguous edge guys.
Yeah.
I think he would fit really well as an outside linebacker in a 3-4 system, but it's the same position.
He's the best when he's going after the quarterback.
He's an edge. He's a pass rusher.
Yeah.
He's a specialist. Funny quote from my old Razzle Dazzle. Do you have one quick joke?
Oh, man.
It's all right. I failed. We argued too long about...
Hey, Rob.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear scientists have successfully grown human vocal cords from stem cells in the lab?
Wow.
The results speak for themselves.
All right. The bottom line up next for a short show.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.